Man. If y'all can only hear our pre-production conversations, boy, I tell you.
Boy, I tell you.
Well, I tell you, I will tell you.
Talk about cancel culture for us.
Oh, man, for real. Hello, world. It's your man, Jeff A. Smith, jumping off once again on Jump Off Live. Welcome to episode number 26. Tonight's episode is all about relationships. Oh, yeah. It's about to get deep tonight. As always, you can tune in live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, like you're doing right now on our Jump Off Live YouTube channel. There, you'll also find our past episodes, after parties, original ads, and the Anything But interview series. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell. You can also catch us on Zingo TV, channels 249 and 250 by downloading the app, which is available on the iOS and Google Play stores. If you're on the go, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Shout out to all the fans in the chat, and please be sure to keep your comments clean so we can post them on the screen. First and foremost, I want to say happy Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo is actually an annual celebration held on May 5th. The date is observed just to give you some background, to commemorate the Mexican Army's victory over the French Empire at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, 1862, under the leadership of General Ignacio Zaragoza. However, this is not the biggest celebration of the year for Mexicans. It's actually Mexican Independence Day. Cinco de Mayo has become more Americanized as far as being a huge celebration. Mexican Independence Day is where it's at. So that's September 16th. That's Mexican Independence Day. This fiesta-friendly holiday celebrates Mexico's declaration of independence from Spain in 1810. And that's filled with lots of national pride, colorful parades, mariachi concerts, and of course, tons of food. So I want folks to know that. Both are celebrated, but Mexican Independence Day more so than Cinco de Mayo. But nonetheless, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, Jeff, let me put one in the air one time for all my Mexicans and everybody to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. When I say one in the air, I don't mean what y'all think I mean, but I'm about to hit this one time.
Can I get a Los Gatos?
Los Gatos.
In los pantos.
Gatos.
Those of you, quick story, for those of you who don't know, John and I sometimes would do the announcements at our high school. We were the Wildcats, the Thornton Wildcats. And John would start off by saying Los Gatos, Los Gatos, Los Gatos. So that's where that comes from.
That was a Spanish club.
Spanish club, baby.
Oh, yeah, Spanish club. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
All right. As you can see, I'm joined here by the rest of the team Jump Off. First and foremost, we have the man, the myth, the legend. That dude named Dave. What's popping, that dude?
I'm good, man. Shout out to JD, John, Jeff. How y'all doing today? It's good to see y'all, brothers, man. Love to see y'all every Wednesday, man. Hey, I'm happy to check y'all out here, man. Shout out to Jump Off crew who's watching us right now. Cinco de Mayo. Hey, get y'all drink on. I already saw that in the streets when I got off work earlier today, so people getting it in. But keep it responsible because the police are out. Even though you masked out or you being raw face, keep it safe.
You always get this, and it sounds like you're scripted. You didn't even. It's like you wrote all that out.
No, that was off the dome, man. It's like Jay-Z, man. One take.
Oh man. Next up, we have JD.
What up?
Not to be confused with John Deere. That's JD too.
It was destiny.
It was game, recognized game.
Yeah, it was destiny, I guess, man.
Yeah.
I'm good though. I'm good. I was just thinking when Dave was saying what up to everybody that, like, you know, this is this coming on the show weekly is like some of the slight interaction I get with people outside of my work group and my girlfriend Katie and my daughter. Like, that's pretty much it. So I appreciate you guys and appreciate all the fans coming by to watch the show and to interact with us, because I need this.
You a bit sheltered, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Things open up, JD. Time for to get out, man. Get some air, brother.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
You know, we ain't gotta be cooped in. Like I said, raw face status is open.
I'm vaxxed up, so I'm good to go.
Last but not least, we have Johnny Dangerous in the corner.
In the corner, holding it down. We'll sell Black D10. What's up, everybody?
Black D10.
How's everybody doing tonight, man? Glad y'all jumping off with us, man. I'm excited about tonight. Just like every Wednesday, let's get over this hump, baby. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes,
let's
sir.
talk about these relationships. Relationships.
All right, I believe that dude's gonna kick us off.
Yeah, so this is gonna be a little bit of a relationship episode tonight. So we talked about a few months ago because Jeff Bezos had a very expensive divorce, and wanted to pick it back up because another filthy rich man in these hills here is going through a divorce. And Bill Gates, him and his wife has filed for a divorce after 27 years. And I want to read his Twitter post here, so we get into it here. He says, "After a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, we have made the decision to end our marriage. Over the last 27 years, we have raised 3 incredible children and built a foundation that works all over the world to enable all people to lead healthy, productive lives. We continue to share our belief in that mission, and we continue to work together at the foundation, but we no longer believe we can grow together as a couple in the next phase of our lives. We ask for space, privacy for our families. We begin to navigate this new life." Belinda Gates and Bill Gates. So they actually put out a joint statement with that. So being married 27 years, as we know, Bill Gates, one of the founding fathers of Microsoft, became a billionaire. And over the last, I would say, 10 or 15 years, him and his wife have not hoarded their wealth. They have been giving away millions on top of millions to foundations, to people in need, to different countries, things of that nature. But obviously, the pandemic could not keep them together. So I wanted to start off my first question, fellas, because Jeff Bezos just got a divorce, and he is the second richest man in the world, or 2, 3, depending on which day filters.
Yeah, Elon Musk and him go back.
Yeah, Elon Musk, they're duking it out, every other week. And Bill Gates gave away a lot of money, but he's still in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you feel about these huge billionaires now separating from the wives? The wives are, moving on their lives, but let's talk about relationships and money and how this has impacted the pandemic. So I just want to go around robin here to see what you guys think about such a high profile divorce, just like Jeff Bezos, and so much money to divide. And how do y'all feel about that if the roles were reversed and you were in that situation?
I'll go first. What it seems like is that, I know they say 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So it sounds like it's just on par, money aside, that is just happening as it normally would. It's interesting with these two situations that at least publicly, I feel like I didn't say that publicly. I can't talk tonight.
Can't get it out.
Publicly.
I got that.
The B is silent.
Yeah, I got that quarantine Corey in me. Publicly, they handle things well in the public sphere. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking about that compared to like Dr. Dre's impending divorce, which
I forgot
got real messy and nasty and stuff like that. So I respect the fact that they were able to save face and not have any strife publicly, but it just goes to show you that people aren't necessarily staying with people for the money, obviously, and then in these situations too, the wives are getting their fair share in the divorce, so it doesn't really matter. They're not staying because they want to have the whole fortune versus half the fortune. So yeah, I don't look at it. What'd you say?
Fair share.
Yeah, that's if there's no prenup, there's a fair share. If you decide no prenup, there's a fair share by law. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's interesting though. It's interesting.
Yeah, I find it interesting as well. I think that at the end of the day, marriage is rewarding, and as rewarding as it is, it can be just as difficult. And those difficulties often lead to, failed marriages. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that they were able to, release a joint statement. I mean, they seem to be classy enough that we'd probably never find out, how things were behind the scenes, or if there were, if there is bad blood or anything like that. But I'm glad that they were able to release a joint statement and at least put on that public image that, hey, you can get a divorce and still be and still have a positive relationship. That's difficult. I speak from experience, and that's difficult. it's difficult to maintain a relationship. But I will say that no matter how difficult it is, if it's a decision that you truly believe is something that you need to go for it, because not go for it almost sounds
JD.
like go for your dream. Like,
Right.
no.
Wow.
Drop
Motivational speaker.
But I mean, if you are
Drop
if
that
you
sack
are
of potatoes.
right, if you
dropping
if you
bars
are
over there, JD.
if you are unhappy in your marriage, or if you're unhappy with anything in your life, you need to do your best to excise those things out of your life. And
Ooh.
the sooner that you can
Exercise.
do that,
Sorry,
not to be confused with exercise.
Yeah, I'm about to say, which one is it? You
might have to do that too, huh?
Right.
Exercise those demons.
Right.
The power of Christ compels. Flies in my mouth.
But yeah, if you feel as though it's something that's negative and it's holding you back and it's bringing you down, you need to do your best to find your happiness. I know that was one thing that I received advice from you guys on as I was going through my divorce, is to, always try to find your happiness. And as long as that happiness minimally hurts other people, I think that it's okay to go for it. It can be
that's a slippery slope too.
Very, very. I'm sure we'll get into that later. But I'm happy that they were able to. I'm happy that they were able to separate on what seemed to be amicable terms. And I'm sure that the distribution of wealth is going to be interesting to see the fallout from that.
Let's speak of wealth here. Let me give you some numbers here, fellas. So they're breaking down that his estimated net worth is $134.1 billion. Okay. Is the net worth. So even though he got started in Microsoft, it breaks out that only Microsoft is about 19.6% of that right now.
Ooh.
And yeah, so he sold out a lot of shares of Microsoft. So he's been diluting his worth over there, but he still have 134 billion. So if it's anything like the Bezos one, I don't know if she's dating anybody, but there's also rumor that someone may have caused, the breakup for him. So there was actually a Chinese interpreter who actually works for the foundation, who's like 38, who's the speculation of possibly the cause of the divorce.
Dang.
And Bill Gates has a type, he likes Chinese.
Oh, he does? His wife isn't though, right?
Not now, but in the past, he liked them Asian.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, maybe that could have been his thing, his side piece for so many years. Who knows? Let's open up here. If you're a billionaire and after 27 years of marriage, do you just keep the marriage or you divorce? Do you keep the side pieces there, and just say, hey, I don't want to lose his money? There's so many questions I want to know about this fella. It's like, damn. I mean, really, he says, I don't care about the money because he's been giving away the money. But what if you're stingy, Yeah,
I think the whole situation, like the one with like, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but I feel as though I can trust and I feel better about Bill Gates and his wife than I do Bezos and his wife. Jeff Bezos look like a dirty dude. Like, he look like he do some bad stuff. And I don't know if I would feel
put it right there.
Right? Put it anywhere.
2-day shipping. 2 days.
It's prime time right now. Subscribe.
Dude, I bet you got a chain that say Prime. Right there. That's a dope nickname, though. Going back to the standards, that's Prime.
He probably got tagged like Tupac, like Prime over his stomach here, like Thug Life. Prime Life, PL.
He got a tramp stamp on his back to say,
"Oh, that's nasty." That's nasty. It's the Amazon logo. That's disgusting. That's filthy, man.
Does he smile with an arrow, right? A smile with an arrow.
And it say deliver here.
Deliver here.
Leave packages here.
I want to know, before Bezos dipped out on his wife or like other side pieces, like does like the opening like dinner sequence be like, so how long do you have your Prime account for? You don't have Prime?
You don't have
Prime? Oh, waiter, check please.
Right? How many packages have you ordered? Yeah, man. Hey man, it's wild, man. I like everything that you guys have been saying, man. JD, you dropped some knowledge tonight, man. And I know you could probably talk this whole show and just give us some flow. You know what I'm saying? Some game here. Anytime y'all get on the jump off, man, you gonna walk away with something, either some laughs and or some knowledge. And so I'm always got my pen and paper writing stuff down. I'm like marveling at the information that you guys give, but a lot of the internet is wild, man. The internet is saying a lot of different things, man. I was reading, internet said that my man Bill Gates, his wife walked in on him. He was having sex with a robot. What else I heard? I heard she walked in on him and he was floating in the air doing an Illuminati ritual. What else did I hear? Man, I heard all kind of
Illuminati in there.
Yeah, I know, right? All kind of crazy. This is just hearsay, folks. This is just internet stuff that I'm repeating here. I don't believe any of that crazy stuff, But
maybe he was mad because she had too many windows open.
I see what you did there.
AOL. Maybe she just realized he was too much of a Mac.
Hey, come on, fellas.
Hey, dad jokes are in effect now. The dad jokes are out. Bring them on,
dads.
fellas.
I guess we can do the dad jokes.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate though. You look at it; they have 27 years plus of marriage. I think they have 3 kids, 3 adult children. Man, it's unfortunate, but what JD said, and we don't know exactly why they separated. I also heard too. Brandy was doing some research and found out supposedly a young lady by the name of Anne. What's her name? Anne Winblad. I guess she's supposed to be Bill Gates's ex-girlfriend that's always been in his life, that supposedly he meets up yearly with and has some alone time with, that his wife knows about it. All kind of stuff. We really don't know, but I do think it's good that they're still able to keep that united front, because they're responsible for a lot of different things, man. A lot of different organizations, distributing finances that keep these organizations going, that benefit the community, that a lot of us don't even know about. There's so many different organizations, including churches, that they donate money to on a monthly basis. We're talking significant amounts that make a difference, that make an impact, man. But nonetheless, I've always been an advocate of happiness. Happiness is important, man. If you got 2 people in a relationship and neither one of y'all happy, and you've exhausted all, avenues of support and help and trying to make it work, if it's not working, man, and if you can really at the end of the day or at the end of the marriage, you can say, man, I gave it my best shot, then, man, you probably have to find happiness somewhere else, even if that means spending time to yourself, because I think it's important for all of us to find happiness within ourselves before we try to define happiness with somebody else. I think a lot of relationships go south because they think someone else will bring them happiness. No, it's the combination of your happiness with that other person's happiness, or the other people, however you roll. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happiness means to you, it's you have to be able to define it before you find it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always I agree with that. And just so the Jump Off fans know too, the right half of your screen has been divorced. So me and JD have both been divorced. Left hand side, they have not. They good.
50%, right?
50%.
Hey,
you see that?
We represent America here.
Hold it down, POP.
To your point, Johnny Dangerous, and I learned this over years, you have to be whole. You can't look at your relationship as 50-50. You have to be 200s, 100 and 100 coming together, hopefully for a peaceful coexistence. So I kind of cringe when people say this is my better half or this is my other half. You got to be a whole, man. You can't be walking around here 50%. Because if you,
she ain't around and you out here at 45,
man, I'm only at 50%. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do with 50%?
Right. Ain't no half stepping in this life.
Right, exactly.
America will chew you up and spit you out if you half assing it around here, right?
Exactly. I agree. So you really have to make sure that you are whole, preferably before you get married. You know what I'm saying? That's the ideal time to get whole. But if you have to work your way into it, throughout the course of a relationship, then then so be it. And then folks, I mean, I know whenever we hear about folks divorcing after so many years, it tends to be a little bit more surprising. Oh, 27 years, why? And all that stuff. But people continue to grow and evolve every single day. You know what I'm saying? And there's times when things fester in relationships, and they may have been festering for years and years and years, and sometimes you just don't do anything about it. You just kind of roll with it, and one day you wake up and say, you know what, I can't take this anymore, type of thing. Or things may have been smooth, but that 27th year may have been growing just in two different directions, and you realize that it's not for you. So it just goes to show too that nothing is promised. You know what I mean? Just because you're married for 20 years, I mean, you're gonna make it to 30. Don't mean you'll make it to 40. So you have to continue to work on it, and put in that work just to see if it's even worthwhile. So
absolutely. Eduardo said you can be married, but divorce.
That's bars, Eduardo. We talked earlier. We spitting bars today, Eduardo. Good God, man.
Yeah, that's knowledge right there. And that makes so much sense. I think before people get divorced, mentally they become divorced. I think everything starts right here.
Yeah, I know people in the chat can attest to that. I know every single person in this chat most likely has mentally checked out of a relationship before the relationship was over. Because usually it's not like you check out the day you and the person break up or split. It doesn't happen like that. No. It's usually revolving around the brain for a while, and you're pondering and trying to figure it out and working through it and stuff like that. And sometimes that's a short period of time. Sometimes that may be 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Or more. So
hey, let me ask a question here, fellas. Let me throw a little curveball here. So let's get a little bit of assets here. So in 98, they bought a crib for $2 million. Actually, in 88, they bought a crib for $2 million. It's worth $170 million now. Who gets the house? Wow. Who gets the house?
Oh, you already know who getting the house.
Man, $2 million is worth 170. I don't know. If I'm that rich, that's that Dogecoin come up. I'm like, yo, that's that original Bitcoin. I'm like, yo, I gotta give up the 170.
I just wonder too. I mean, I don't know about Bill, his person.
270 acres.
He doesn't seem like he's cares about that as much as the next man would. You know what I'm saying? So,
but for y'all though, you buy a crib for 200,000, it's worth like $2 million. I know y'all gonna be tripping.
Sell it and split it, man. If there's no prenup, sell it and split it. I personally wouldn't want to live in a crib that we lived in all those years and we were splitting. So I ain't got to keep it. Sell it and split it. Split the profits.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Or if I don't want it at all, if I'm really not tripping, then you can have it. Either way.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it all depends on what you value, and I mean, just in from his outward appearance and the way that he spoke on things, the way he's talked about how he'd like his fortune divided when he passes away, the way that he is leaving hardly anything to his kids, just the way that he
kids.
Right. But just the way that he is just the way that he lives his life, I don't think that he would trip over giving her the house. I don't really think that she would trip over trying to fight for the house. Like I don't think that those things come into play very much for them. I'm sure whatever it is, if they've gotten to this point where they're announcing it, they've already come to an agreement on how all this stuff is going to be divvied up. And one thing that they don't want is for it to get messy or to have any sort of extra negative publicity, because
right.
he's on top of several publicly traded companies.
Mm-hmm.
And him having personal issues can affect those stock prices, which at the end of the day can affect they ends. So once you get to a certain point, you can't really, unless you're stupid, you can't really come out and, sort of tank everything and just be like, forget it all. And, I'm blowing it all up. I'm airing it all out. No, you can't do that.
I don't care, Melinda.
I was going to say, if somebody in his situation and all the people who he's involved with, he'll come up missing. Like,
you beat me to it, JD.
In a hurry.
Hey, Bill got hitters. Come on now. He took out Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs had to go and beg first before he can get Apple back on the map. You know, Apple was on the Bill Gates like kiss the pinky. You know what I'm saying? Bill Gates got hitters, yo. Come on, you can't be that rich and not know a few people do some dirty work for you, especially in the Microsoft game. Come on, man.
Eduardo know what we're talking about, that power.
Eduardo got hitters.
Yeah, he got hitters, man. Used to be a hitter. Now he's still a hitter. Hey, I was just reading. Somebody said that Bill Gates got caught. His wife walked in on him, and Lil Nas X was giving him a lap dance.
Hey, man.
Wow. With the shoes on? With
the Nike Bloods?
Nike Bloods. These is bloody shoes.
Bloody.
Wow.
The internet, man. Just
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
man.
peep game. I got another one for you. They bought a $43 million home about back in 2017. So that's another piece of real estate. So we're talking over $200 million for two houses right there.
Yeah. Well, if the net fortune is 130 billion, that sounds like small potatoes. When you
I know.
I'm like, no, you can have that. You can have that.
Yeah.
That's like where we just got that a year ago. That's like
yeah, that's like where I take the yacht, you take the house.
You know what's funny though too is that
and they put $5 million into the crib before this divorce happened too. So they added the extra $5 million to that 43.
And he probably got $1 billion buried in each backyard. He like, you can have all of that. You can have all that. What's my name?
Right, that's in small bills.
The small bills.
Small bills.
These are my T bills.
You know what's interesting to me is that at the end of the day, like we talk about all these inflated numbers with them and how, you know, it's 100 million here and, you know, 200 there and $1 billion here. But if you put it to scale, like even with our situation in our homes and stuff like that, like just put it down to your scale. It's all the same thing. Like at the end of the day, I ended up leaving out of a crib that I paid on. You know what I mean? So I'm sure that Bill, even though his crib costs, you know, 10,000 times more than mine did, if he's trying to leave, he's trying to leave. Like it doesn't really matter. It all scales. Like even though they're dealing with, you know, things on such a higher level, I mean, it's still the same thing. A home is a home, whether I'm living in a $10 shack or a $10 billion, you know, mansion. It's still a home. And if you got to give that up, or if you determine that it's worth it and okay for you to give that up,
right? Yeah.
So be it.
So what are you prioritizing? What are you prioritizing?
And I mean, I don't have, you know, I don't have that money, that type of money in the bank, but I gave up some money. You know what I mean? I gave up my scale.
It was your money.
The same sort of thing, right? It all, you know, all sort of ends up being the same thing. Like I said, I just want to know if there was anything that I would want to know, and is, you know, I don't really care, but if I, you know, was trying to find out, I would like to know what was the reasoning behind it. Because, you know, getting a divorce doesn't necessarily have to come because, you know, somebody got caught up in a relationship with somebody else, or somebody was treating somebody else wrong. I think a lot of people can legitimately fall out of love with the person that they're with. And when you have something like that happen, the best thing may be to be divorced or to, you know, to get a divorce. So, I would like to know, you know, what was the real situation and what was the real issue. I don't really care, but I'd like to know.
That question, I was thinking about that too, JD. And also another question I want to know is, if Jeff and Bill are at the club together, who are the girls going after first? Hey, when you see them, you ain't worried about the looks. So I'm just kind of curious who's getting who.
No, I would say Jeff seemed like he got more. Yeah,
What's
ask the ladies. Yeah, who you going for in the club first, ladies?
Right.
Jeff or Bill?
I think Jeff bachelors got more, now. I think
Jeff got more swag, but he has psycho eyes.
But Bill's a hitter though.
He got them glassy eyes.
Bill's a nerdy
gangster, but he got more swag to him though. I think Jeff Bezos got a bit more swag.
I think
girls love nerds though, and he a hitter nerd.
I hit a nerd, but ladies in the chat, let us know who you going for first in the club. You see Jeff,
you see their tables, you see Brandon.
You see Jeff.
I was gonna say, if you took money out the equation and just considered both of them to be, you know, rich beyond belief, I would think that you would go if it was me and the roles were reversed, I would think that you would end up going for somebody who looks less who looks more homely almost. You know,
Bill
somebody
look like he ain't gonna step out on you.
Right. Now
Jeff look like, hey man,
Jeff look like he got 12 side pieces at all times.
Well, he ordered them with his hot wings, huh? Let me get an order of hot wings and 12 side pieces. You did.
You did. All flats.
All flats.
Oh.
No drums. Better not bring me no drums. All flats. He want the flats, dog. He want the flats. He better get some drums. You don't like drums, huh?
Flats.
You don't like that drum. You don't want that drum work.
Can't handle it. Can't handle it. Give me flats on.
We need to get into that debate at some point.
With no sauce.
With debate.
No sauce.
Dry
Give me that dry rub.
You want 12 dry rub flats?
Oh man.
Each his own, man.
You don't want to have to work for it.
Now, another question.
You want something easy, something you can.
Another question now. You
maneuver
know
easily.
Another question.
I got my own wrench.
What'd you say? Bring their own
my own wrench. You kick that.
Oh my god.
Secret sauce.
I used to be blue cheese because I was always dressing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
As we continue, so far Brandy says she's going for Bill. Ladies in the chat, who you going for, Jeff or Bill?
Yeah. Jeff and Bill. Like
I'm interested in seeing what my wife says about this, but go ahead, that dude.
I'm just curious, like if they pull
or
up
both.
Yeah, both.
Oh, yeah, someone
hey,
like, pull both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Both of them.
Right. You know, something they got that game. You know, I got 2 billionaires, girl.
That's crazy.
No, I was
like Jay-Z said, what's better than 1 billionaire too?
Hey.
But go ahead, Dave. My bad.
Oh no, I already lost my thought already. John went on the tangent for a second.
Oh no, man!
I've got it. John was saying it was too funny, man. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, man. You know, all jokes aside, at the end of the day, man, that happiness is extremely important. I know a lot of times we complicate things.
Laughing at the chat.
We complicate. I like nerds. Hey. Bill wish he had half the swag as Jeff. But Jeff used to be all Bill. Used to be all
Bill.
I
was.
Without the loot.
Bill. Just a personality.
Oh wow.
all sizzle, no steak.
He was Bill without the bag.
Oh wow. Were you dressing like Bill too?
Bagless Bill.
Actually, and y'all, man, you used to dress like that too, huh?
Wow.
I had a couple flannels, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Flannels.
Did you have the big square joints too?
They were circular though. They were circular.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
He did have the circle joints.
Oh my
man.
goodness. Oh goodness. Should have went into IT.
Yep. And Jeff used to play the hell out of Oregon Trail. Used to kill Oregon Trail. The green and black screen, boy, used to make his people used to get there before everybody else is in class.
I know how to ford that river, boy.
Action, everything. Carriages.
Oh God.
We start class, the bell ring, Jeff be like, done. I ain't sat down yet, man. Damn. How's your computer already booted up? This floppy disk already in the computer and everything.
Man, you really dating yourself now.
Ooh, yeah, man.
The 3.5.
We did have floppy disk back in the day. I don't know how we got to talk about that.
Yeah, we did. We had them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
JD, did you want to? I know you had something you wanted to propose this evening to us in lieu of a commercial break.
Yeah. I didn't really tell you guys the details of it, but man, I got something in my eye. I didn't really tell you guys the details of it, but I think that from time to time, I would like to bring to the show some original ideas and business ventures and different things that I have been sort of working on during my time off of the show, So, we do this show weekly, and I spend most of my day working, and a lot of downtime I try to think about different business ventures and different things that would be sort of cool to start up. And I was sitting today and I came up with a super original idea. Basically what it is, it would take entrepreneuring men and women who build up their own base of people who like to follow them, and basically it's called Just Fanatics, right? So the concept is you have these people, like say you got somebody who is might be attractive, whatever, it's a place where you can show your body. It's a place where you can charge people a subscription fee to be like a fanatic of you. And so like $5 a month, and you can release like pictures, videos, whatever you like to release.
I believe that's been done already.
It's like a Patreon.
Somebody got Just Fanatics?
OnlyFans?
Patreon. Are y'all for real?
I mean, I've been on OnlyFans since the show started. I'm so shocked
Dave's
y'all
had his
subscribed
own
yet.
Yeah, Dave's showing all kinds of dreads.
That's different though. Like I would have like a subscription.
Yeah,
that's what it.
It's a subscription.
They have tiers, dog.
Yeah,
$5 a month,
different payment levels.
Yeah.
Same with the Patreon. They get access to certain things that everybody else doesn't.
Yeah, certain content.
But like I would link it. I would link it to like an actual person, like like they would basically pay like extra money if the person wanted to like have an individual conversation with them or something, like, or like say the person like said like, oh, I'll give you $20 if you take like a picture in your bathing suit or something like that.
Like Cameo?
That would be OnlyFans.
Like that's like like Cameo and OnlyFans.
See, that's good though. Hey JD, that's good though.
Only Cameo.
That tells that you ain't never been to OnlyFans,
right?
You ain't in nobody's Patreon. That's right.
Right.
More power to you, brother. For real. I ain't never been to them either.
See, I feel like Just Fanatics is different from OnlyFans.
You sound like McDowell's.
Different in name.
It's like coming to America right now. America here, yo.
See, McDonald's has the golden arch.
You got. He gonna say you got Clubhouse. Well, you got the Club Apartment. Put a new app.
They get the Big Mac. We got the Big Mick. So. I love the idea.
Right, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, Just Fanatics is a multi-billion-dollar idea that I just gave away for free on Jumpoff Live. So don't say that we haven't ever given you anything. If somebody would like to take off with that, I personally have seeded the idea. So if somebody else wants to take it from there, okay, that's cool. But all I ask is that you give me credit for an original idea that I came up with.
It's original for right now.
There's lots of places that sell hamburgers, so you can still come out with Just Fanatics. It's not like you can't.
True. It just won't be proprietary.
The intellectual property won't necessarily.
Yeah, no IP.
You're not patient zero.
The IP be JD.
I feel like y'all kind of hating on my idea right now because this.
Not at all.
Ain't no hating here, man. We love you,
bro.
No,
never no hate here on the Jumpoff Live.
Just Fanatics is original.
I like it. I like the name.
Yeah, it's very original, JD.
Yep.
Just Fanatics.
That's a great segue to my story. My next story I have. That's relationship.
Before you segue, Jeff, real fast. Before you segue, since JD brought that up, 2 seconds here. Where the hell is Clubhouse at? I just brought that up here. Remember, it was so hot from the pandemic.
Yeah, grand opening, grand closing.
Grand opening, grand closing. So, JD, you might have some because Clubhouse didn't make it, and your idea could be the one that does make it.
So, if this, what is it called, OnlyFans? If that decides to crash and burn, like Just Fanatics is going.
I don't think OnlyFans is crash and burn anytime soon, bro. A lot of thirsty dudes. A lot of thirsty dudes.
I mean, you can give water to a lot of people though. Like just fanatics.
You can give water, but they
can coexist. I'm not saying they can. Like I said, you can get hamburgers from many different places. You know what I'm saying?
White Castles, Burger King, McDonald's. You know,
maybe you can carve out another niche. Maybe maybe Just Fanatics just has like fur babies on there or something like that.
Something different.
Something you can't
get on. That's bestialities. Like
no, I don't think so. Is it? Oh, okay.
Fur babies, I consider like my pet's a fur baby. Like
mugwise.
Mugwise. What is that?
Mugwise. You don't know what a mugwise is?
You don't know what mugwise is, JD?
You know what a damn
Come on, I don't know what that is either.
I really don't.
For real? Wait. The two dudes who are still part of the American lexicon of marriages know about mugwise, and the other half don't.
They know what the hell a mugwise is.
Come on, man.
I seriously don't. I
really don't know.
Man. John, they playing with us right now, man.
Man, they playing with us.
Man,
You get a mugwise wet.
What happens?
You feed a mugwise after midnight.
Right.
What happens?
Come on,
you
man.
talking about what's that movie?
Gizmo, man.
Oh yeah. That's what they were called.
Mugwise.
I'm still lost.
Oh man, cancel culture. These two marks.
Gremlins. That's what it is.
Oh, Gremlins. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly did not know they were called Mugwise.
Mugwise.
I actually saw Gremlins 2 in the movie theater.
Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Yeah, I actually saw that in the movie theater.
The new batch.
It was a new batch, all right. It's after midnight. How y'all forget that?
There's some people walking around with mugwise down below. Shave that thing. You don't want to have mugwise.
There's some men and women married to mugwives.
Mugwives?
Mugwives. Hey, I got something for y'all.
No,
I'm done. I'm done now. I'm done.
Can you throw Charles' comment back up there real quick?
Oh,
let JD be great.
I mean, man, it's just fanatics, everybody.
Keep that up there. Keep that up there.
Just fanatics.
See, Charles knows Gremlins. How come y'all don't know? Y'all
just
because
I haven't seen it in 25 years.
I know.
Man.
Yeah, I've seen the movies. I just didn't remember that they were called Mugwise.
Yeah, it didn't leave an impression on me like that.
What? Come on, man. After midnight, you weren't tripping when they got the water up and food after midnight.
Come on, man.
Was that Gremlins 2 where they jumped in the pool? Or was that the first one?
There's a whole bunch of pools going on.
They got wet.
Yeah, they got wet each time.
Didn't one of them get blown up in the microwave?
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
The first one was the pool.
Okay.
The second one, they were on the dance floor and they got.
Yeah, they were doing.
Y'all got good memories, man. Y'all got good memories.
Hey, thank you, Miss Davis. I will go for it.
Let's give JD a good strong 3 seconds to bask in his greatness because he is great. I don't give a damn if it's just fans or fanatics or whatever. He is.
Dave,
great.
hit the applause, please.
Hit that. 1, 2, 3. Bask in it, baby. See, hey, and you know what? That look great. I like how you look.
In actuality, this is how I really felt about it, JD. I just want to keep it 100 with you, man.
Damn, man.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, bro.
It's okay.
I didn't mean that.
I'm gonna come with more ideas, man. More ideas.
Keep them coming.
Wait, so it's just fanatics?
Just fanatics.
Just fan addicts, or is it hyphenated, or how many syllables is in it? Is it wordplay?
It's all one syllable. Just fanatics.
But that can't be one syllable.
And you know what? Let's go ahead. Because he's talking about this is one syllable. That's ridiculous.
And I just
all right. So I'm not gonna let him butcher syllables like that.
Just fanatics. That's the dude you can say that shit in one syllable.
I wonder what Quarantine Corey would say about that.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what Quarantine Corey would say about that too.
He gonna style you to element of surprise.
Exactly. That was Quarantine Corey got a website called No Fans. All right.
No what?
He ain't got no AC. Fans only. All right, man. Go ahead.
Man, face this story is crazy because it combines OnlyFans with divorce. It's uncanny. So man,
I talked it up here. Talk about Segway.
Man faces vicious backlash for promoting his wife's OnlyFans account. "Quote unquote, get a divorce." While working on his taxes, a TikTok user found himself questioning what sort of things were tax deductible, as many people do. His question was a bit more unconventional than most, though, because his wife is bringing in money from her OnlyFans account. And quote unquote, he said, "When your wife has an OnlyFans and now you have to be an actual accountant." As OnlyFans, a site that allows creators to upload X-rated content for paying subscribers, becomes more popular thanks to celebrities and viral social media posts, online sex work is becoming more normalized to the point at which questions about what sex toys count as business expenses aren't that unusual. For the record, according to the official IRS website, self-employed folks can consider any expense that is ordinary and necessary in their industry as tax deductible. Responses to the post from that guy whose real name is Craig varied from helpful tax advice for the amateur accountant to criticism for his casual support of his wife Chloe's OnlyFans account. One guy was like, "If your wife's accountant and supporting her OnlyFans, you need to get a divorce." He said that he fired back at many of the comments with good natured comebacks and everything. The funniest comment though. Somebody said, "That's not your wife, bro. That's everybody's wife now."
She belongs to the streets.
Right. Right. So yeah, fellas. So I want to know, what do you think about if your significant other had a poppin' OnlyFans page? Would you be able to be supportive of that first and foremost, and would you be able to stay there to do the books?
To do the books. Wow,
I like that.
Got to get the accountant visor out, huh?
Yeah.
Nah, that's. I mean, okay. Did she have the OnlyFans before they got together?
No,
probably not.
No.
Probably not.
No.
I think you have to be. I think you have to be.
Did that. Probably not. Probably not.
Hold on one second. Now, this changes the whole thing. I didn't read along. So the couple has been together for 4 years. They met when Chloe, that's the wife, was a dancer at a strip club, and Craig was working as a freelance designer. So
that's part of the game.
Yeah, there's precedence.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that part. He's married to the game.
And they're right. And in their situation, he's cool with it. This is all marketing for him right now. If he's smart, I'm sure her OnlyFans is blown up at this point in time. I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm gonna reach out to them and make them an offer they can't refuse with just fanatics too.
Chuck said he's booking out. Chuck will book out. So you got Todd on Wednesday. Todd, you better bring a ruckus for Todd.
He's paying.
He's a platinum member. So
it's so funny, man. Me and Katie were watching this show called, I don't know if you guys have seen this, called The Girlfriend Experience.
Oh, on Stars.
Yeah,
I've seen
on Stars.
the ads for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Basically, it's a situation where there's a girl who is like pretty much a high priced escort, and I was just sitting there thinking, like, man, it's one thing to be single like that and do something like that, but to have a actual relationship and to have your significant other be broadcast to the world like that constantly, and to have to give the attention, to all these guys, whether it's single-handedly, messaging in certain ones, or all that type of stuff. Like, you got to be strong in your relationship and in your trust factor, or really, really, really not care in order to let something like that happen. Because personally, I get uber jealous. I mean, I know myself.
For the record, I could not handle being in a relationship with someone who has an OnlyFans account and is making hella dough off of that. I couldn't. I don't think I can handle that.
You can't handle that.
I'm gonna be honest with myself. I know my limitations.
Yeah, I'll be real.
That's the difference. That's the difference between squares and pimping. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand this pimping. You know what I'm saying? See, that square love. Let me tell you about that square love. Y'all all lovey-dovey and whatnot. Both y'all out there working, 9 to 5s, bringing it home and splitting everything down the middle. Let me tell you something about this pimping. Okay, the way this pimping work, you know what I'm saying? You get you a stable of them and you put them out there on OnlyFans, and they bring all the dope back to one person. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Man, hell no, I wouldn't be about no damn OnlyFans. No, man. Hey, man, you know what? This is. I had this conversation with my wife the other day. We were talking about how. Well, I was talking about how a lot of guys, specifically on the internet, these YouTube, if y'all look at these YouTube relationships, these marriages and stuff, it's a lot of guys out here pimping they woman out, they significant other,
that's a thing,
wives
man.
out.
Yeah, I mean, they know she pretty, got a nice body. That's making some money off this.
For the likes, man, for the views.
Yeah.
Like, man, you know what? You can't buy me out, not like that, man.
And for the record, I wouldn't have my own OnlyFans either, too. It's not like I'm like saying I forbid her, I want her to do it. I wouldn't be out there flexing my muscles and gyrating and stuff like that for tokens either. You know what I'm saying?
So, so you want me to go ahead and cancel that page I was building for you?
Hey, we can. I could easily give you a home on Just Fanatics, though.
Abort.
Hey, that was a button on the computer back in the it was, huh? Dang.
Hey, that might be the best response I've ever heard to something. Abort. I'm gonna start saying that.
I'm just gonna have to abort this conversation.
Instead of that, stolen. And it came so quick, too.
You gotta use that in a managerial meeting. Use it in a meeting. You know, guys, I appreciate the candor and everything, but I think we need to abort this topic.
Hey, fellas, y'all look at this the wrong way here.
Oh, my goodness. I knew it. Oh, man.
Here we go.
Well, let's go for the article first, right? She was a stripper. She was already in the game anyway.
She was in the game.
Yeah, his situation is for the course for him.
If you in the game and you walked into that, then that's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, before I settled down, I dated strippers in the past. There's no bit. I wasn't even jealous at all about that. I was actually telling the girls in the club, like, yo, that dude want to dance with you. Get that money and come back and talk to me. I'm not going to pay you right now. Go ahead and get that money from him.
Yeah, your brain was
him, but they wasn't him.
I'm just saying though, if you were in the game, that's cool. And then on top of that too, you could put levels on the OnlyFans. She ain't smashing everybody. She could just be smashing you on the OnlyFans and you on camera. You both getting paid.
Sounds good.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't looking at the whole overall picture. You getting your lick and she getting the lick too with you.
But it all depends on what you can handle, Dave. Obviously, like you said, you can handle that. You can say, yeah, go get your money from
now.
If we come back over here.
Now let me just state here: if there was no OnlyFans and then 10 in the game and getting OnlyFans, oh no, that ain't happening. She belongs to the streets then, But
homeboy said that's our wife now.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing, though. She may be our wife, but I'm the only one smashing that night. That's the way you gotta look at it. She ain't smashed anybody but me in private and on camera. So
that's a perspective.
Yeah, that's the game. Shoot, if I walked into it and she was getting that bag, getting 2-3 a G a day. Shoot, I'm doing the books. I'm doing the laundry, dry cleaning. I'm plotting out scenes and sets for her and everything. It's like you should wear green tonight because this one's gonna work good. Yeah, I got storyboards and everything. I got.
Hey, Dave, tell her like, look here. When you go out there and you busting that thing open, I need you to give it your all. Give it your best.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? What you give me? Do it 3 levels above. You
I made you a good dinner. You know what I'm saying? I steamed your lingerie. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got that almond milk bath water ready for you when you come back.
Game. And when you go outside and then you go ahead and hit the push button on that brand new Benz S-Class and you're like, man, I gotta go to the bank and handle these receipts. So
that's pimping. That's pimping right
there. People who are complaining about OnlyFans, y'all get into the game and y'all see like, hey, I'm not in the game like that. I'm just saying I'm open about it,
So
I think people are closed-minded, shoot.
No, a lot of people I'm sure are open about it. That's an easy lick. You making all that money and you at home.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. You at
home in your bedroom. You don't gotta clean people got dirty ass bedrooms getting 3 G's a day. Come on, man. Not even making up their sheets.
I think as a third party, that's okay and not nearly as difficult. But if that's supposed to be your girlfriend or your other person, right?
Your bottom beat,
right?
Hey man,
hey, she holding it down.
if that's supposed to be your girl, or if vice versa, if that's supposed to be your person, whoever that may be. I don't know how you don't how you wouldn't get jealous of that.
It's levels to
if she's not hitting it from nobody else but you. People are looking at your girl in the streets when she got on a tight dress, regardless.
Well, I mean, it's fine to look, but she's not interacting with them afterwards, after the fact.
I mean, some people like the interaction. It's like,
some people like it too much. That's the thing.
But it's on camera though. That's what I'm trying to get at. She ain't out here like in the club and then she going to the gentleman's room and busting down for you. No, she on camera.
The worst thing though is this. So say you cool with it. You know what I'm saying? The worst thing is you out in public at the mall and somebody like, hey, stop.
You like OnlyFans. I'd be like, yo, wait till next Wednesday.
What did you say? What the username is, JD?
I said Seduction 63. Is that you?
Seduction 63.
Hey, I'll be like, yo, check for next Thursday. New content coming. It's really hard.
I can totally see Dave doing that too, man.
Yes,
you got cards on him and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Conversation right now. I got to charge you. Start 3.
Dave had the square on his phone. Like, hey,
you can swipe right now. There's a bathroom over there.
Right.
Like I said, fellas, the only thing I turn down is my collar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, the funny part is I feel like naturally we all stay true to ourselves. Like, for everybody watching, Dave is not exaggerating here.
He's not.
Like,
he's not.
I truly feel like 15 years ago he would have been on that.
I'm being honest. I've dated strippers, and we would be in the club, and the guys would be overlooking the girls because they couldn't talk to guys that long. And I would literally see dudes hawking at one of the girls I was dating at the time. And I literally tell her, like, yo, get that dude, get his money, and then come back and talk to me. I'm eating my grilled cheese. And then she'll go ahead and get that money, come back. I'm eating my grilled cheese and my MGD, and we having a good time, man. Shoes, win-win. She getting the bag, I'm eating the grilled cheese.
Enough said.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap the show up on that one, man. There ain't no reason nothing else to say to that, man.
I wasn't jealous either. I'm like, I was mad I wasn't getting that money.
This grilled cheese good in the mother. Go ahead and get that money.
I didn't want the dude on me though. That's a whole nother conversation. I ain't trying to
do all that. Yeah, exactly. Any final thoughts, fellas, before we go ahead and wrap it up? Pun intended.
Get the bag.
Get the
Just
bag.
fanatics. Okay. One syllable.
Johnny Dangerous, you got any final words, man?
Nah, man. No.
Wow, he's speechless. That's definitely
I got something to say.
I always got something to say, but man,
I know, but
I left you, John, speechless there. Come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta keep Johnny. He probably can't keep it clean. All right. Oh man, thank you all for tuning in to yet another episode. Please be sure to follow us on social media by searching for Jumpoff Live, and we will see you next week. Peace and love.
Bill Gates.
Okay.